Liverpool have just 9 matches left in their season, a number which could rise to 10 should they progress to the Champions League final. In what has been a marathon season, we are now set for that cliche sprint finish as the Reds could potentially participate in every single match possible to them at the start of the season. So what does the run-in look like for the Reds? What do they need to overcome to make history? Well, get your calendars at the ready because Jurgen is going to make us all even more skint once again. Sunday the 24th of April, Liverpool vs Everton, Premier League, 4:30 kickoff. The next task for the Reds is their second derby of the week, with the Merseyside derby taking place at Anfield this coming Sunday. The Blues find themselves in genuine fear of relegation, just 3 points above the drop at the time of recording, so it should be a routine victory for a likely rotated Red side. Last time out, Liverpool hammered their rivals 4-1 at Goodison, though Everton did of course earn that shock victory at Anfield last year against a severely depleted Liverpool lineup for their first win on red soil of the new millennium. Wednesday the 27th of April, Liverpool vs Villarreal, Champions League semi-final first leg, 8pm kickoff. Just 3 days on from the Merseyside derby, the Reds begin their two-legged journey to the Champions League final against Villarreal. Unai Emery is a mastermind when it comes to European competition, with his side defeating European giants Juventus and competition favourites Bayern Munich in the past 2 rounds. They're not one to be underestimated. They take a pragmatic approach and hit on the counter, so the Reds will need to be wary of the threat the Yellow Submarines pose. Saturday the 30th of April, Newcastle vs Liverpool, Premier League, 12:30pm kickoff. As if Liverpool's schedule wasn't horrendous enough, the Premier League, in their infinite wisdom, have given the Reds the early kick-off slot in Tyneside less than 3 days after their Champions League semi-final first leg. Newcastle are completely revived under their new Saudi regime and new boss Eddie Howe, hauling themselves from relegation into mid-table. It's a place where Liverpool have seemingly had massive end-of-season must-wins at for the past couple of years, with Divock Origi's late winner in 2019 springing to mind. But if all goes well, Liverpool would go top of the Premier League once again as they play before Manchester City to mount the pressure on their title rivals. Tuesday the 3rd of May, Villarreal vs Liverpool, Champions League semi-final second leg, 8pm kickoff. Following their trip to Tyneside, the Reds will have 2 days to make it out to Villarreal to compete in the second leg of their Champions League tie. The Estadio de la Ceramica is a small but intimidating ground. Whilst it's been a somewhat disappointing domestic season for Unai Emery's side, their home form is what hauls them up the table, and they've also only lost once there in Europe so far this term. Hopefully, Liverpool have a sustainable lead from Anfield to take to Spain and can make history by booking their place in Paris for the Champions League final. Saturday the 7th of May, Liverpool vs Tottenham, Premier League, 7:45pm kickoff. Hopefully by this point, Jurgen Klopp's side will be in the Champions League final, so their attention can once again return to Premier League action should they still be involved in the title race. Spurs have been in great form of late. Antonio Conte has slowly started to work his magic, and at the time of recording they looked the most likely side to finish 4th. That said, we all know what Spurs are capable of, so things may look very different come this fixture. Spurs have often been a thorn in the side of Liverpool, taking points off them in the Christmas period in a controversially refereed 2-2 draw, with Harry Kane and Heung-min Son posing the threats. Should Liverpool keep that pair quiet, their home form is remarkable, and a May night under the lights at Anfield is one of the toughest places to go in football history. But that said, Spurs will likely have a lot to play for in their bid for Champions League qualification. Wednesday the 10th of May, Aston Villa vs Liverpool, Premier League, 8pm kickoff. In Liverpool's third last Premier League fixture of the season, they face Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa at Villa Park in a midweek fixture. Stevie G has transformed Villa into a seriously dangerous side, and former Liverpool superstar Felipe Coutinho has finally revived his amazing red shirt form after years of disappointment at Barca and Bayern, though his trophy cabinet would disagree. Villa have slumped in form of late as they seemingly ready themselves for next campaign, so hopefully Stevie can do Jurgen a title race favour. After all, Villa's last game of the season is away at the Etihad. Saturday the 14th of May, Chelsea vs Liverpool, FA Cup final. The kick-off time for this fixture is yet to be confirmed, though it's likely to be 4:30pm or around that time. In a repeat of February's League Cup final won by Liverpool, the two clubs will meet again at Wembley for a rematch for the FA Cup final. Chelsea lost the final to Leicester last season, which combined with the League Cup final loss on penalties to the Reds will fuel their fire to set right the wrongs. For Liverpool though, it's a great chance to secure trophy number 2 of the potential 4 against an opponent they've already beaten in a cup final this year. Let's hope for more scenes like that iconic semi-final win over Man City. Southampton vs Liverpool, Premier League. The date and time for this fixture is also yet to be confirmed. It was due to be played on the weekend of the 14th or 15th of May, but naturally with Liverpool reaching the FA Cup final, the fixture has been shifted to the midweek after. The Reds travel to the south coast for their last away fixture of the league season, with Jurgen taking on his namesake Alpine club in Ralph Hasenhüttl. Saints are a confusingly inconsistent side this season, capable of putting up a huge fight and taking points off even the likes of Man City, or rolling over and getting thumped 6-0 as seen in Chelsea's win last week. So Liverpool can travel there relatively confident of getting a result. Sunday the 22nd of May, Liverpool versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, Premier League, 4 p.m. The last game of the Premier League season sees Liverpool take on Wolves at Anfield on that famous Premier League final Sunday. This is the same fixture back in 2019 when City pipped the Reds to the title by 1 point, which hopefully doesn't repeat itself this time around. Wolves have been a relatively surprise package under Bruno Lage this season and haven't received the credit and plaudits they deserve for a brilliant season, currently placed just outside the European places. Though they don't score many, they are pragmatic and a seriously strong defensive unit, as Liverpool themselves found out at Molineux, having King Divock Origi to thank for his wonderful late strike. Hopefully, this date will live long in the memory, being the day that the Reds lift the title in front of their fans at Anfield. And as previously mentioned, maybe Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa can do us a favour in their fixture at the Etihad on the same day. Saturday the 20th of May, the Champions League final, Stade de France, Paris, 8 p.m. kickoff. Now, I'm not going to say Liverpool will be taking part in the final because Villarreal have already dumped Juve and Bayern out of the competition, so it'll be no means an easy feat reaching Paris. But the site of Liverpool's 1981 European Cup triumph over Real Madrid will once again host the final. Could it even be a repeat of that final? Should the Reds progress, they would face either Manchester City or Real Madrid, both sides whom Liverpool have reason to retribute. City and Liverpool have ferociously battled it out this season, with 2-2 draws in the league and that 3-2 win at Wembley for the Reds. I'm not sure many of us could take the stress of a Champions League final against our bitter rivals, especially with the Premier League title being decided less than a week before the final. On the flip side, Liverpool could strike revenge on Real Madrid for that heartbreaking 2018 final loss in Kiev, though the Madridistas are in unbelievable form under Carlo Ancelotti, so perhaps this year could be the likes of Modric, Kroos and Benzema's last dance. So, a quick fire recap. The last 9 or potentially 10 matches of Liverpool's season are: the Merseyside derby, the Champions League semi-final first leg against Villarreal at home, Newcastle away, the second leg at Villarreal in the Champions League semi-final, Tottenham at home, Aston Villa away, the FA Cup final against Chelsea, Southampton away, Wolves at home, and potentially the Champions League final in Paris. What a time it is to be a Red, and what a ride it's going to be until the end of the season, so whatever happens, let's just enjoy it. Will we win the quadruple, or if not, which trophies will we win? Cast your predictions in the comment section below.